Hello everyone, welcome for this new tutorial. Today we'll have a look on how to make an entire ring from an image generated by Stable Diffusion in Comfy UI. So let's go in Comfy UI over there and I will show you the workflow that I use. So here we have a very basic workflow, nothing complicated. Here we just have the Flux Schnell FP8 Ceph tensor. You can find this workflow under here, Browse Templates, Flux, and go into Flux Schnell, and you just have to download what you need after if some models are missing. And just the basic options, a simple black and white vector design floral curvy. Nothing crazy here, just a basic prompt, and we have this kind of design that can go out from this. So this is the image that I will use as a base to create my design. And first of all, I would like to imagine how this could help us to create a ring. Maybe we could keep some spaces and maybe some other that we will have to remove. But first of all, let's copy and paste this image. So I will just copy this image and paste it into Photoshop here. I just have a simple file over there. And what I want to do is just remove some parts. So what I can do with that, I just have a black here, here layer over there. And yeah, what you can do, it depends on how you like to make it. But here I will just remove some parts by using here this tool over there. Okay, so I will just click and drag like this. No, it's not that one that I want. Okay, it's this one here, the classical one. Okay, just take the parts that you want to remove and delete it. Okay, just like that. So maybe all these parts here, I will not use them. So like this, I can remove the pieces that will not fit into the design. Okay, so let's say I will remove everything here, like this, maybe something like that as well. I will remove all of that. This here too. And like this, I can just cut what I don't want in this design. Something like this, and I remove it as well. As we will use only the right size, it's not that important to clean up this size as well. But I will clean up all of this anyway until I am here, okay? Yeah, I will remove this here as well and remove that too. Try to make something not that bad. And good, so now we say that we have the design that we want for our ring. What I will do now, I will just create a selection and a new layer over there. Okay, so here it seems that I still have some pixels here that I don't want. Okay, that's good. Good, so now we have something that is clean, and let's go and select everything that is white. For that, you can use this tool over there. Just delete this option over there and you can select everything that is white. Very easy. You just make a selection and mask, and here you can increase or decrease the some sliders like this just to increase the selection. Okay, so what we can do for that, we can just increase this over there and increase the contrast. Okay, so you have to have a contrast at least like this. Okay, and increase this because we want a selection that will make something in one entire piece, and that's what we have here actually. So that's good, more or less. and maybe I would like to increase this a little. Okay, be sure that the contrast is at 100, and let's say that we are good for this part. Okay, we can remove manually this and that after. So let's make something like that, create a new layer over there, and just fill the entire space with this. Maybe I will use a gray value just to show you over there how it will look in the end with the white value here. Okay, so I will just select this part here and Control C, Control Shift V, and put it there. So it will look something like that. Okay, so what we can do, we can just fill some spaces that are opened and that maybe will create some problems after. So maybe there's ones over there and there's ones for the rest anyway, maybe this one as well. So let's go for this, and what we will do, we'll just use this tool and just with the same color and in the right layer, on the right layer, we'll just fill these parts just very easily like this. Okay, so just clean a little the design to have something that will work in the end. Good. Remember that we will use only the right side in that case. So what we can do as well is here we can add a line that will help us to guide the symmetry. So for example, we can go there into here and create a new line like this. So I want 512. Like this, I will have really everything in the middle, and I can select everything here, and by using the right values, just put it in the right position over there. Okay, so maybe somewhere near here will be good. Good, so we have more or less what we want here. Now we can export that. So we want to export the two images. We want to export this one like this, and we want to export that one as well. Okay, so you export this in PNG, very simple, Control Shift Maj, Control Alt Shift S, and you export this as a PNG, and then you go to your other software. So you can do this with GIMP very easily as well. Here I use Photoshop, but GIMP will work as well. And now we will go into our vector software. Here it will be Illustrator, but you can use something else. There are other software, even online you can do that, vectorize a PNG like this. Okay, so here I have the option to make a vector from this. Okay, and it will create just some simple lines like this that I can now select. Okay, and you can see the result over there. So here is the result that I have on my side, and I make the same here, and I save this after as a SVG. Okay, so you save this as an SVG, and when it's on your hard drive, you can finally come back to Blender. Okay, let's go. So here what we have is Blender with Jewelcraft add-on, thanks to Mikhail Rashinsky. I don't want to scratch his name. I'm sorry, Mikhail. Each time it's like that. Jewelcraft. I wasn't that bad. Mikhail Rashinsky, thank you anyway to give us this fantastic add-on. Let's see and set the units here. Like this, we model in millimeters. And now I will add just a simple curve, a size curve that will guide us through the process of modeling. So this will be the inside of the ring. You put the diameter or circumference or the size depending on the country you want to use, and you make OK. You have everything there. It looks perfect. We go into orthographic view. I prefer to work like that. And now let's add our design. So here, anyway, it will create a new collection. Each time I make File, Import, SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics, and you go into the right place here. So I will just copy and paste here the two things, and here I will just import the first SVG and clean it a little. So here I can just make a right click and select objects, and with the dot here I will just add the screencast keys like this. You see what I do? So yeah, the dot of the numpad, and here I can remove the background. You see that I have already little things like this that I can remove as well. So this will be the basic. So maybe just with Control Y, you see that I can remove everything else like that. Okay. And what I can do as well is inside, just like this, I can remove some parts here in case I didn't make it during the process of cleaning in Photoshop. Okay, I just do that like this. It will be easier to manage. I just want a simple surface here that will take the global design that I have, the basic design that I have here. Okay, so I just clean up this, and maybe this one as well will not be that useful. Now I have this kind of design. Good. Let's go now and continue. Now we will go into the material settings, and I will just remove this material because it looks it's difficult to work in black, and I will add the second one. So this one was the number 1. I will just import number 2. Let's go for that scalable vector graphics here, and let's go for number 2. Perfect. I will hide the first one, and then I will try to make the same here that I did. I will just try to clean everything that doesn't look really good. Okay, here it looks not that bad. I can remove the little parts like this. It can be a little, it can be not that useful. Over there, it will be okay. I'm not that happy with that part. So what I can do in that case, I can go in edit mode on this one and duplicate it and make a rotation like this. And scale it down maybe and put it over there. Just with a little rotation like that, it will look okay. And now I'll have my second design. Good. So what I have to do in that case, because it's multiple designs, okay, so what I have to do in that case, I just select this and make Control J to have only one. If I see that I have some little problems over there, it's that I did forget to remove the internal parts. Like for example, there's ones here. Maybe I have one. No, maybe I have one. Yeah, so I remove it. I will make the same again and see. Oh, there's ones too. So I will make the same again, and I will try to make Control J. Now I have something that is cleaned, okay? And I can work with that. So let's go and continue the process. For this, we will just want to have both. So it's important to not move the location of this in the beginning because it will not be in the center, as you can see. So it's important to keep the same location for the two objects that you will import. I will remove the material for this one as well. And so what I do, I want just to scale everything up and just to model everything, to put everything in the center. So in edit mode, with both objects selected, I select everything, go in top view here and try to put it in the center as much as possible, okay? To have something like this. Looks good. I'm happy with it. And now that it's well in the center, I can increase the size of it in edit mode as well. I don't want to make it in object mode, okay? So remember that we have the curve somewhere. I did remove the curve maybe by mistake. So I will add a new one. Let's go into GeoCraft, again. If it wants. It came back. Okay. So I come back with my size curve here. Put at 6. And let's do it like this. So we have this now. I would like to scale this up, only this, and scale this up until it's the right size for the ring. So I can guess that here it will bend from here to here more or less. So it's not that bad. Good. Maybe in edit mode as well, I will make a GY to have a design that will fit well. Okay, maybe somewhere here. And now I can start to make some operations into my two objects. So the first object will have here into the option, into the geometry section, you can extrude the design like this. So what we will do, we will just extrude it and until it has maybe almost 1 millimeter, something like this. Okay, and then the second one, we will copy this exact same thing, same extrusion, Control C. Okay, and we will put the same thing into the second design, but we will move it up like this. It will appear like that. Okay, so now we have more or less what we want. What we can do as well, we can start to remember how to bend an object. So an object that is by default a vector that you import in Blender like this will look very bad as a wireframe. You can see that here you have a lot of little triangles, very stretched, very difficult to bend this. It will create a lot of problems for bending this. So what I do usually, I just go there and add here, I will add a modifier to the first one. Okay, and I will generate, it will be a generate, it will be a remesh. I will just make a sharp, remove the disconnected parts and increase the number here until we have something that looks right. We have to go until 9 for this one, okay? And we will make the same for his friend here. Let's go until we go to remesh, sharp, remove disconnect, we remove that, and we increase until we have the right amount. So it increases a lot the number of vertices. This, as you can see now in wireframe mode, we can see that we have a lot of vertices, but now it will be easy to bend it because it will work better. Okay, so here now that I have this this object that is right for make the bending, I will add a modifier, generate curve, deform curve, sorry. Okay, and this will be this object. You can do it another way by making selecting this object and make a Control P curve deform, and you will have the same kind of thing. And now you will have this kind of design, very easy to manage, as you can see. Okay, so now what we can do to increase a little the level of realism and everything. First of all, we see that it's not symmetrical left and right. So what we can do is just before the remesh, we can add a modifier, generate mirror, but not after, just before. It will be X and it will be bisect, okay? So like this, we have the same right and left over there. And if you want to invert, you flip. So maybe I will keep that one, okay? I will just select this object, and just copy the modifier into it. So now it will follow perfectly. So maybe I will not use the flip in the end. Like that, we will have this kind of design. Looks better, right? And now we just have to add the ring itself. So the ring itself is very easy. And what I will do, I will just add a cube, okay? Remove these two vertices, these two faces over there, X faces. Select the cube, make SZ 0.5 maybe, something like that. And Control R, 129, enter, and now we can copy this. We can make a contour P curve deform, and now we'll have our deformation. We will stretch it like this, and we will put it above like that. Oh, not two at once, just this one. Okay, just like this. Good. And now I can take the two designs here, and with just GZ we can put it over the design like that. And like this you have something that looks good. So I will just try to make it fit into the right place. Okay, GZ somewhere here until we are good to go. Let's go with that. Good. Now we have our design that is almost finished. What we can do here, I will use my jewel to finish the ring if you want. Yeah, you can just do that first. Okay, if you want to add some roundness into the design, just make a little Control B like that. It will add some realism. So now you will have this kind of thing with the shade auto smooth and changing the angle over there. Yeah, for the auto smooth like this, just enable the scale, Control A, apply the scale here, and you will have something that looks better. Okay, so here I will have my jewel asset, so I will go into my asset browser and use the assets over there. So there I will go into asset jewels that I have. I will put a link in the description if you are interested, but it's just to show you how easy to make. You can use it by, you can make it by agem, but maybe with the asset jewels you can come into it anyway. It's something that is not that complicated to do. So let's go into objects, into gems maybe. No, into rings, sorry. We have the prongs over there. We can use these prongs to put some nice gems into it. For example, I would use maybe that one, let's say. So this one, the double claw here, okay. And I just click and drag and add it into my project here. So it's a big one. I would just remove the instance here and put it at 0. It's important, or you will cannot really manage the object separately like I will do here. I will just delete this. Now I have these two objects over there, and what I will do, I will add a big gem. Maybe we'll scale this down. Okay, put it up like that, and I will add a gem. The size depends on your project, but I will put 2 just like this, and just make it fit with scale with the right amount over there. Okay, and then just in edit mode, inside view like this, you can make it fit as you need. Okay, so maybe you want something more like that. It will look better, right? Like this, you will have this claw like this, and you can make exactly the same in front view with a rotation and scale it down maybe and put it over there. So now you will have this kind of design, okay? And you can scale it up or scale it down and adapt it where you want into your object. So what I will do, I will just scale this down. Okay, maybe with this one, like this, it will stay here. I did hope that it will stay here, but I will take the active element like that and make a GZ, put it over there with GY. Okay, like this, we'll have a nice gem over there. Scale it down, make a GZ again, and we have our gem that fits well here. We'll make Shift DY to put one here as well. Okay, looks good. Maybe we can scale it up this one a little. And again, we can make the same for this one as well and put one over there here. So what I will do, I will make Shift D, put it somewhere here, make a rotation. Okay, a GY, and scale it and move it until you have the right position. Okay, and when you have the right position, like here, you can just select everything and use here the object mirror and into the X value, and you will have exactly the same into the other side. And look at this design, it looks very good. So what I can do in the end is create something with, here you can export the project as it is, it will work for 3D printing, but what you can do as well is select both objects here and make a remesh on it and a smooth. So it can really help, and for that you just select the two objects, you make a Shift D, okay, to duplicate all of this, and you will make a new layer, a new collection here that we will call final design. Okay, and the two original ones, we will just hide it. So here what I can do with these two curves, I can just make a Control A and visual geometry to mesh. So it will create a mesh and apply everything. It will not be a curve, it will be a mesh after. Okay, and you will have this. So now that I have this, I can make a Control J and I will have only one object. And on this object, I can add a modifier, generate remesh again. But this time we will not use the sharp option or something like that. We will use the voxel. So be careful with the scale. You can apply the scale into it before making this, and after you can finally change the voxel size, and you decrease and decrease and decrease until you have something that looks sharp. Maybe something like 0.02 might be good. Yeah, we have something sharp now, and you can see on the edge that it looks already more natural, more realistic. Maybe it's more for rendering, this one, okay? And you can add just a smooth after. So what I will do, I will just add a smooth. It will be a deform, okay? Smooth here. And just repeat the factor, increase the factor at 1, not above that. And you can repeat this maybe 5 times and see the result on the edges. Might look better in the end. Maybe I will make it 10 times to make it a little more roundish, and now it will look very good for rendering here. So what you can do as well, maybe I can here go into the shaders just to create a nice rendering very fast. So here what we can do is going into the shaders that I have already. Maybe I want to go 24 on that time. Let's go for that. So let's go to here, just the shader editor, to see what I do. I just click and drag the shader and it will go directly into it. So it can take a little time for Blender to handle it. but mostly it must be quick. Okay, and I will make the same for all the clothes like that if it wants. It's because it's not the original object, so I will use the original object here because I did mirror the original, so now it's just an instance. And here I will make the same for this clothes as well. Okay, good. We can make shade smooth on that with the remesh to have something that looks more beautiful. Okay, and what we have now is this one for this. And I will go and add some studios and lighting. So what I will do, I will go into cycles with GPU here, just denoise option, and use this with not that much samples, but it should be okay. With the studio lightings, I did show you how to work the studio box already. Let's go to the basic studio here, and I will add at 0 at the location, not an instance, and by default it should work pretty well. I just have a nice thing like this. I can move a little the basic here empty just to have something that is well placed. Okay, we can use a dark background over there to have something that will work. We have already some backgrounds that are already prepared. And what we can do now, we can go into the final rendering. So we have already a lighting, but we want to add maybe this one to have a nice render. For the background, I will use a black reflective maybe to make it look like this. Maybe without all of this, we will see it better. Maybe I would like to create something more, and we can go into the shading option over there to see how it will look. So here we have a basic color. Maybe we want something like this, or blue for sapphire. Yeah, let's keep it blue, this one. Nice blue. Okay, and sometime to make the gems pop up, I add just add shader. Okay, just to click and drag like this. Sometimes it works pretty well, and what you can do if the effect is too strong, you just add here a shader, mix shader over there. And like this, you can just, with this slider, add more or less of this effect. Okay, maybe something about here will not be bad. Now I would like to add a little thing to make the design pop up a little. It seems that here you see everything is a little flat, and I would like something a little dark between the edges of the design. So what I do for that, I just add here an input ambient occlusion. Okay, you see that you have an ambient occlusion here. So in the end of this ambient occlusion, it looks like this. Okay, so it just adds some nice dark parts between the parts that are not far from each other. So what I will do, I will use here a mix to mix it to the color, and I will add it with multiply value. Here you can remove the clump factor and maybe put it at 2, and we will see how it will look. So we will have this color, and with the multiply now we'll have this. Whoa, it's a lot. Maybe 1.3 actually will look better. And let's see the result now. Okay, and you can see that you can increase or decrease this factor just to help you to make the design pop up like that. Okay, so it looks pretty good actually. And now that we have this, we can make our final render, maybe put a little of bloom into the composition, but honestly we have something that looks very nice already. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you will enjoy it. You can imagine how much things you can do with that. I mean, just from a simple design from here. Okay, you can create already a lot of stuff in jewelry, and it will look really good. So don't hesitate to play with these designs and to make your own creations. I will be happy to see your own creations in the comments, so don't hesitate to share that. I hope you did enjoy this. Next time we will stop a little jewelry, maybe we will make some space tutorials. Anyway, next we will see. Happy blending and have a great day.